Hey everyone, welcome to Good DIY Plans. In this video, we're going to be going over how to build this heavy-duty queen-sized loft bed. So some of the unique features of the bed are that it has stairs that double as storage. It has a full work area underneath, including a built-in desk. And there's a convenient shelf in the lofted area here that can support books, storage, phone, things like that, so you don't have to keep coming down every time. This is a queen-sized bed, so it can support up to 2 adults. The overall dimensions are 81.25 inches tall if you include the shelf here. This is 74.75 inches deep, and it's 98.25 inches wide. And some additional dimensions are 55 inches from the floor to the top here, and 76 inches is the total width in that area. I did want to remove the mattress here for a moment and show you how this is reinforced. So if we lift this up for a moment, so this platform has these little flaps on the ends here. And then these little flaps will actually interlock with the legs here. But there is also a really important support piece that goes across. This is a 2x6, and then you also have it in the back here as well. So the 2x6 will actually support the weight of this in addition to those flaps. So this is what allows it to support up to 2 adults. So if you look underneath here, you'll see that every component is reinforced and well supported. So let's go ahead and dive into how to actually make this. The first step is going to be to create the inner frame of the queen bed. So we're going to use 2x3 lumber here, and these are two 81-inch 2x3 lumber pieces, and then you've got two 58 pieces here. You have to secure these together with 3.5-inch screws. Pre-drill and countersink this. The reason why is since this is a pretty thin board, you don't want to split the wood, and this way it'll guide the screws into the correct place. So use some wood glue to reinforce that and make it nice and rigid. The next step is going to be to create an outer frame that goes around the inner frame. So the outer frame is made out of 2x6 lumber, and here you have two 84-inch pieces and two 61-inch pieces. You need to secure these together again with 3.5-inch screws, but the ones on the inside here are 2.5-inch screws. The reason why we're using 2.5-inch screws to secure the inside to the outside is because we don't want the screws poking through to the other side. So use wood glue, use screws, pre-drill and countersink that so nothing splits. The next step is going to be to add these little flaps. So these are the 67-inch long 2x6 lumber boards. And these we're going to attach to the very ends here from the inside as well. So we're not showing a whole bunch of screw holes. So use wood glue, pre-drill, and countersink that as well. All right, now we got to add the slats. So these are actually going to support the mattress itself. So these are 61-inch long 2x6s. And we're going to start with the first one completely butted up against the edge here. And then we're going to finish that same way as well. So the distance between here and here is 2 1/16 of an inch. So you can use a spacer to make sure everything is nice and evenly spaced when you're attaching those. So now you have the bed frame. So what you can do at this point is you can stain or paint this outside of the room. That way, when you're bringing in these components, you obviously don't want to stain or paint in the room. That's going to be, toxic and definitely not recommended. All right, so the next part is going to be to make the legs of the bed. So you're going to be using 2x6 lumber again. This is a 72-inch long piece. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut 2 notches here. So one is going to be for the lofted area, and then one is going to be for the cross support. So the first one is going to be 11.5 inches away from the edge. And then this one is going to be 21.5 inches from the bottom. So the notch itself needs to be the same size of the cross piece and for the lofted area. You'll see that in just a second. So it has to be 1.5 inches by 5.5 inches because these are the dimensions of a 2x6. If you are planing your boards, you're going to have to adjust that slightly. So you're going to make a total of 4 identical legs. Now, one of the best ways to actually do this is if you have a miter saw that has both a sliding feature and a stop feature. So what you can do is you can clamp some of these boards together, draw the rectangle that needs to be notched out, and you can set it to the proper depth and then just slide the saw back and forth, up until you cut out the exact amount of wood that you need to cut out. And then just go in and clean it up with like a sander or a block sander. Next, what you're going to need to do is make additional leg supports. So these are also 2x6 lumber. This is 53.5 inches, and we're going to cut just one notch into here. You'll see what this is used for in a second. So 26.5 inches from here, 21.5 inches from there. Again, is the same notch, 1.5 by 5.5 inches. So you're going to make a total of 4 of these as well. Okay, so let's put together these leg components. So you're going to take the leg component that had the 2 notches. That's the first one that we made. And we're going to add a 67-inch 2x6 cross piece. So secure this with 3.5-inch screws, pre-drill, and countersink, and it's going to fit nicely into that notch. You don't want to make those notches too wide so that this is loose. It needs to fit just right. This is what I was saying, that if you're planing your boards, you need to adjust it to the correct width in that area. Okay, next we're going to take the 2 pieces here. So these are the additional leg supports. These are the ones that only have 1 notch. So the reason why only 1 is because we're only going to be using that 1 notch to incorporate this cross piece, right? Here it's not going to be added there. So this is where we add the really important piece that I mentioned at first. This is the piece that's going to support the lofted area. So this piece, in addition to that little flap right here, this is going to support the weight of the bed and it's going to transfer it down the leg and into the ground. So make sure this doesn't have any like knots. Make sure that this is not split on the ends. Make sure that you pre-drill this so that the wood stays intact, and don't choose like a garbagey piece of wood. This is a really important piece right here. So go ahead and secure it with like 2.5 or 3.5-inch screws, pre-drill, countersink this, and use wood glue. So you should have a total of 2 identical leg components at this point. Okay, so once you've got those stained or painted outside of the room, now you can actually begin to bring these components into the room and begin to secure them together. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the first component you made and then the legs, and then just attach them together using 3.5-inch or 2.5-inch screws. Pre-drill, countersink that, then go ahead and flip it to the other side and then add screws there as well. By this point, the bed is going to be pretty heavy, so put it into its final kind of resting place where it's going to be, and go ahead and add the safety rails. So this is just 1x4 lumber. You're going to need a total of 4 pieces that are 86.25, and then 2 pieces that are 64-inch. Now, the way that you can secure this is with, let's move this here for a second, is by using some pin nails. So this is probably the best way to do this. The reason why is because you don't want to leave a whole bunch of holes here. This is already going to be, something that is visible. You can obviously use screws if you want, but you can attach it with these. So go ahead and use wood glue and then attach it with some pin nails. Use clamps as you work on that. Okay, the next part is going to be to make that shelf and stairs area. So this is all made entirely out of 2x12 lumber, and you're going to have these dimensions here. I'm not going to go over that. You can take a little screenshot if you want. So what you're going to do is you're going to secure these together. So I have it color coded here so that it makes it really easy so that you're able to put it together. So just use 2.5 or 3.5-inch screws, pre-drill, countersink, use wood glue up until you have that kind of pyramid shape finished. So, and now how do you attach this? Well, what you can do is you can choose whichever side you're going to attach it to. Obviously, it depends where you put that safety railing, but go ahead and use 3.5-inch screws and directly through this cross piece, secure it into the stairs. So use wood glue as well. One additional thing is I definitely recommend that you add like a little L bracket here. The reason why is you don't want the stairs swaying side to side and all of the work being done just by this area here. So secure it here as well so that it's nice and safe. All right, next we're going to add the desk. So the desk is going to be very simple here. So we're just going to use some 2x4s and additional lumber. So these are 2 27-inch long 2x4s, and these are 2 26.5-inch long 2x4s. So secure these with 2.5-inch screws, pre-drill, and countersink that. And we're going to go ahead and add some additional boards to this. So before we do that, we're going to attach this to the loft bed itself. So take these kind of L-shape legs and secure them directly to the other cross piece here. Use wood glue, countersink, and pre-drill that. And here we're going to use two pieces that are, let's see, this is a 2x6, and then these are 2x12. So the 2x12s are 64 inches long, and then the 2x6 is 61 inches long. And the shorter one is going to fit in between these leg components. The longer one is going to go across here just like that. So you're going to be securing it directly into that L-shaped frame, 2.5 inch or 3.5 inch screws, whatever your preference is. Okay, the last part is to create that convenient shelf that goes on top. So this is going to be entirely made out of 1x10 lumber. So you're going to have two boards that are 87-inch long, and then you're going to create these little triangular pieces as well. So these are just cut at 45 degrees. So first, you're going to take the two boards and you're going to secure them together with wood glue and some pin nails. Connect it into like an L shape. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to reinforce it. So use some of those triangles so they're evenly spaced out here, about 28 inches apart. And then just connect those together with wood glue and some pin nails. And the next part is going to be to add 3 additional triangular pieces. These are going to go on the bottom here. So 5.5 inches from the edge and 5.5 inches from there. And then this is 36 7/8. So you're going to connect those together, and then you're going to install it into the bed. So how does installation work? Well, if you look here, if you follow those exact dimensions, you'll see that this will line up with the edge of the 2x6, and then so will that, and then this will be directly in the center. So to connect it, you're just going to staple all along the edge here, or you're going to use a nail gun all along the edge here. Also secure the actual triangular pieces directly through the safety railing. And then also, if you want, you can additionally from this side, you can also shoot some nails into the actual 2x6 here as well. All right, so at this point, you are finished with the loft bed. The only remaining part is to secure it to the wall. So if you want it to be extra rigid, what you can do is you can actually support or connect the legs here directly into the studs of the room. So you can either go directly through the legs and then into the studs of the room, or what you can do is just add some brackets here as well. And you're all done. Now, for those of you who are interested in the DIY plan PDF, I do have that available in the link below. It's much more detailed. It has a shopping list, a cut list, a tools list, a cut diagram list. This way you're not wasting as much lumber, so you're optimizing. You also have helpful links to be able to get everything that you need for this project so that you can be successful. And then, of course, all the step-by-step instructions so that you can print this, have it be available there for you while you work offline, so you don't have to be on your phone or on the laptop while you're dealing with sawdust and a lot of noise. So I appreciate everybody who supports good DIY plans. I hope you guys have an awesome day. If this video was valuable to you, check out the next project on the screen.